let's get right into it with a smoke cleanse, okay? So as I know you know, this is my favorite Palo Santo, and I know I tell you that all the time, but it just always has to be noted how much I love this particular cleansing stick. So that feels so good today. So we're just going to gently waft this. Oh, it smells so good too. Just wafting it around your energy. Let me just go around the back a little bit here and above your head. We got some really good smoke out of this today. And then I'm just gonna work this down your body here. Just all the way down to your feet here. And then let's go down this arm. Making sure every cell of your body gets touched by this beautiful Palo Santo. I just invite you to take a moment as I do this to really feel into your body. And for some people that can feel really scary at first. If you're not used to leaving the craziness of your mind and just letting all of your awareness come into your body, because you might notice some tension or even pain, or you might notice the things that you don't like about yourself that you really are hoping to, fight and force into change. But as you bring this awareness down into all parts of your body, just notice what your body feels like right now. What's going on in your torso in particular? What's going on in your solar plexus, your third chakra, in the upper part of your stomach, versus what's going on in your first chakra, that's your lower pelvis area. So just noticing what your body feels like, what information is it telling you, what parts are reaching out to you, wanting your attention, and just gently give it your attention. You don't have to give a lot. You don't have to rush in with your awareness and try to fix everything. All your body wants is your gentle awareness. So just allow yourself to give that to your body. And as you're breathing and going through that, I'm just going to feel your aura going down your back and down your back again. Just keeping your energy body intact as we go through this work together. Great job. Just allow yourself to really relax to receive this healing. You don't need to figure anything out right now. Just allow your body to receive. Okay, so I want to start by using this beautiful Kyanite Stone. And for whatever reason, as I was intuitively picking which stones to use today, just gently going through. Yes. And that side, and that side. So when it comes to your mind, obviously you've been taught, accidentally mostly, but sometimes not accidentally. You've been taught by certain people, by the media, by peers that didn't understand. You've been taught that the way you look is like everything in terms of your value. That's what you mistakenly might have believed as a little person developing an ego. And egos are very important. We all need them. But when your ego takes on a belief that is a false belief, it can cause a lot of havoc in the way that you perceive yourself if it goes unchecked for your whole life. So, just kind of combing now. So you might have mistakenly believed that you weren't lovable unless you looked a certain way, unless you ate a certain way, unless you did certain physical activities that made you seem impressive. And maybe for a while, you might have even been successful in maintaining a certain diet or exercise regime that you thought was the only way to be loved. So now you're coming to a time where you're fully realizing that those very limiting beliefs about your body, food, and how those things equate to lovability are very much false and not holding up. And the way you know that is because they cause you a lot of pain when you find yourself wrestling with those old conditions that you put on yourself. You know something's not right when there is a wrestling and a pain inside of you that just knows this is too limiting. So, congrats to you on having such great awareness that there is a deep part of you that does know that your lovability is absolutely not tied to the way that you look or the way that you eat. Your lovability is tied to... It's so funny because it's not actually tied to anything except the fact that you are a being in a body. That's like full stop where your lovability is in. That you are this miraculous, unique being that only exists on the earth once in this form. And that is your natural right to lovability. I hope that makes sense. It's not contingent on any physical circumstance in your life. It's not contingent on your job, on your relationship status, on your dress size, on the foods that you eat or don't eat. None of that has any say in how lovable you are. And you know what's funny is other people already know that about you. It's so funny how we look at other people usually, not always, but usually with a less harsh critic in terms of their lovability than we look at ourselves. We see someone who is a normal-looking person, an average-looking person, whatever average means, and we just know that they're lovable, you know. But when it comes to you have trouble for some reason maintaining that same knowing that you are just as lovable no matter what. But trust what the healthy people is just to enjoy your life without even thinking that much about food or your body. It is human torture in a lot of ways to go every day thinking a lot about food and thinking a lot about the way that our body looks. And this is a subject that is near and dear to my heart because I have also struggled in my life with eating issues and with body issues. And that's why it feels extra important for me to spread this healing to you. Because I've been through the fire, so to speak, and I know the truth. And if I can know the truth now and heal and recover, then you can definitely do it too. So, we just tackled some of the mental ego issues that come with this issue we're talking about in terms of body eating, the nature of our body being lovable or not lovable based on a standard that is always changing from person to person. And by that I mean, you could think your body's perfect. Nobody thinks their body's perfect, but for example, your body might be perfect to one person who has a physical preference, but then to another person it's like a different physical preference. So that's why there's no winning the game, and that's why the goal, if there is a goal, remember that there really isn't, but if there is, the goal is to be so at peace and so intuitively aligned with yourself that you're not thinking so much about control, not thinking so much about controlling your body and controlling your food. Because remember, food is just energy, and that's kind of what I want to talk about next, is the power that you falsely give to food. So this is a piece of tiger's eye, which again I know you've seen before. It's also one of my favorites, and it's my favorite third chakra, so that's your solar plexus at the top of your stomach. That is your place of personal power. That's where your personal power originates. That's where control and anxiety issues can sometimes live if they go unchecked. So I'm just sort of scrubbing this through your whole aura here and just really welcoming this into your energy here. And then I'm gonna put it just right here over your third chakra, just as I talk to you for a minute about food. So food is obviously the way we humans incarnated to eat, to survive. We're not plants, we don't photosynthesize, so we can't get energy directly from the sun, so we get it indirectly from the things that we eat, and that's how we live. So food has this thing in it called calories, and as you know, that word calorie has been hijacked by so many things, but a lot of us hear the word calorie and freak out because it feels like calories are bad. But the direct synonym of the word calorie is energy. 1 calorie equals 1 unit of energy for humans. That's how they decided. That works out. The people who decide these things. So if you can think of calories not as whatever fearful power you've given that word, but if you could instead think of calories as just energy, it's just energy, and your body needs energy to live. Without energy, you would literally die. You would lose this physical incarnation. So food is your friend, but it's not an important friend because is exactly where you've given away your power. Your power. So reclaim it by neutralizing all the ideas and beliefs you have around certain foods being dangerous, or certain foods being like triggers. And it might take work and time and patience with yourself to really feel that neutralizing. But it's like a muscle. You've just got to strengthen it, and you'll start feeling that peace. Okay, I'm just going to come down your body again. Just kind of coming down. I'm just going to sweep down. Sweep down again. Okay. So, I know we've been talking a lot of intellectual information. But for some reason with this healing in particular, it just feels important to address your ego specifically, especially your fear, because in the fear is your salvation. The fear that you meet and you start to love as a loving parent would love a child who just misunderstood something. The more you can soothe yourself in that way and remind yourself of the truth, the longer lasting this healing is going to be for you. And of course you can revisit this healing all the time if you need to, just to keep allowing these waves of truth to wash over you. Just allowing everything to wash over you, all of this truth. And again, throughout this whole healing, I just invite you to really keep your awareness on your body and notice how it's changing. How are the feelings and sensations in your body changing a little bit? Because you're doing great. You're releasing a lot of energy, which is great. Okay, just keeping this around your head so that anything that you download through your 7th chakra is only information that meets your best and highest good around food and body image. So the only information coming in your mind is information that meets your best and highest good. Best and highest good. Best and highest good. Have a lot of patience with yourself. You deserve all the love and patience that you would give a child that, like I said, simply misunderstood and needs to relearn something. You're not a bad person, and you're also not alone in this misunderstanding, because like I said, I feel like in today's world, it's rare to find a single person, anyone, who does not struggle with food or their sense of self in their body. It's so common and prevalent these days, men and women alike. So, or I should say, male identifying and female identifying and non-binary, everyone. Doesn't matter how you identify. There's community in this issue, but there's so much shame around it that often we forget that we're not alone. And so how can we support each other in knowing that all of us have this common fear, especially about our lovability when it comes to the way we look and how we're eating. You can be empowered to help. would actually help you a lot. The more you serve others, the faster you heal. Pro tip. It's very hard to heal in a vacuum. It's hard to heal alone. Because another thing we humans were incarnated to do is grow and heal through connection. And you can connect with yourself and you can connect with God and your higher self. But when you connect with another human who's in a physical form like you are, that's when the earth and just everything around you, everyone in the equation of that connection gets a healing. And I know that you want to be of service in a purposeful way. So maybe think about how you can do that. Because it's really much more simple too than you think. You don't need to do something big and grandiose. Just the small everyday connections go a long, long way. Alright, just sort of wrapping this up, and we'll move on to my next stone, which I'm very excited about. So, I love this stone simply because to me it feels like the perfect aura brush. It's like so just luxurious in terms of how it can make you feel. And it's just a piece of granite that's local to me, but it feels so powerful. So I'm going to be going around your whole body, and I just want to break up this healing and all of the kind of intellectual things we've talked about, and just give you a chance to really luxuriate in your body and give it your own love and appreciation, and forgive yourself. In this moment, I want you to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for misunderstanding, and forgive yourself for any damage you might have accidentally perpetuated within yourself based on these limiting ideas you've held on to about food and about your body and about the lovability you thought those things implied. So, I'm going to start on the side of you and just work my way around, okay? Okay, so I'm just standing above you and just working down your whole side here. And then let's go out this way and just coming down. find yourself eating in a way that's hurting you, for example, if you're binging or purging, that is forgivable and that you can heal. You can heal. Just neutralize the fear you have about food. Often binging in particular happens because there is so much, well, actually two things. First thing is that there's so much fear in you that you constrict and control so much that the dam eventually breaks and you finally allow yourself the pleasure of eating the things that you, for whatever reason, were fearfully keeping yourself from eating. And your body wanted you to know that it does want those things and it is safe to have those things. But because your body knows that you don't let yourself have them all the time, your body naturally wants to eat as much of it as possible. So that's the first thing. The other thing is sometimes we need genuine comfort from our food. Like I said, food is an energy, and when we apply a meaning of comfort to food, it makes sense that we'll go back to it to feel that comfort. It's a very resourceful use of energy when we don't have other sources of comfort. So thank your body for that as well, that it's so resourceful, that it knows how to turn other energies that aren't people, because we're supposed to technically get comfort from our connections with other people and God. But you are so resourceful that you've learned how to turn a different energy, the energy of food, into a source of comfort. And that's impressive. So, thank yourself and forgive yourself for doing that. It was your way of being resilient and resourceful. And if you do not want food to maintain the energy, vibration of comfort that matches you, you can simply not define food to be the energy of comfort for you anymore. I know that sounds simple, but it is simple, not always easy. Again, it takes practice, but you can do it. Just unlink your definition or your powerful meaning of comfort with food and neutralize food. It's just energy. It's just energy that keeps you alive, and that's it. When you maintain that definition of food as just energy for your body to stay alive, you will find that you are naturally not drawn to it out of comfort or boredom or whatever. Okay. Now that we have cleared so much energy, we've talked a lot about some subjects that honestly deserve a much deeper conversation, but we can only say so much in one healing. I want to just fill you with more and more of this self-love energy. So I have my rose quartz wand, and I'm just working it through you and above you. Great job. And if you can just allow yourself to marinate in this self-love and external love that I am sending you, because I have so much love for you. I can't even tell you how grateful I am that you were led to me and that you and I get to do this really deep and powerful healing work together, because we are creating a ripple effect right now. I help you heal, and you're actually helping me heal indirectly. But then you go on that today. This sense of community in both the suffering, unfortunately, but in also the healing. That's what's so beautiful. So really just take this moment to love yourself as much as you can stand. As I just keep working through your body and your aura. Your energy feels so nice. You feel much more open and less kind of closed down in that I need to control things kind of way that all of us sometimes we go into when we're afraid. Thank you for helping me to help you be less afraid of yourself, because that's really all we're doing, is helping you be less afraid of yourself. It's you on you. It's not really you against anybody else, even though sometimes with these specific kind of fears it feels like it's like the world is against us, but really it's just our own powerful self creating this huge energy that feels so big, but it's just energy. It's just the energy of fear or control, which are usually always stemming from the same thing. Okay. I just really want you to get the biggest dose of this love that you can possibly stand to get from me right now. And be super gentle with yourself. Be as gentle as you possibly can, because it's not through control and forcing yourself that you're going to heal this eating and food and body image stuff. It's through love and patience and gentleness and understanding. As I've said twice now, just like a healthy parent would love and understand and be patient with a child that needs to learn a different way, the healthy way. Okay. I see who you really are behind those limiting ideas that you picked up. And the limits that you might have created and held on to are not as difficult to let go of as you might sometimes think. Because I see you so clearly behind the superficial layer of them. And you're doing great. You are so beautiful. So lovable. Not because of what you eat or how you look in your physical body. Your physical body was meant to change throughout your whole life. That's what keeps us alive as well. That this body's always adapting and changing. And that is just part of the beautiful mystery of being human. So to hold yourself to such a strict, singular standard of what's acceptable and what's not is just not loving and not true. It's not true for you, and it's not true for anyone else. Okay. this beautiful rose water that has a very high vibration, and to me is one of the just like smells that represents love. So I just want to spray you with this, so again you can kind of like physically luxuriate in your body and how it smells of these delicious roses, if you can see. There we go. Alright, I'll put this over your eyes so that you don't get sprayed. There we go. Great. And then let's do one more. We're kind of behind. So now you have received a lot of energy from me. You've cleared out a lot of spaces within you that were holding on to some just kind of limiting energy. And again, I'm so grateful that I get to help you to clear that old energy out. Clear it out. And I always want to encourage you after healing to rest. So either to just take a little nap, or maybe go to sleep for the night. Go to sleep. So I'm very proud of you for the work that we did today. You're a very strong being who naturally has such a good, intuitive self-awareness. You know when things are a little like not balanced within you. And what I'm here to teach you is that you can correct balances within yourself much, much easier than you've ever given yourself credit for before. And it requires some resting after you move energy, just to let your body to stay in a receptive state and stay in a place where it can be just settled within itself and not too bombarded by outside energies. So just keep feeling how nice it is to be you right now. How nice it is to be in your body. And trust yourself to keep making healthy connections with those who know and see the truth and the innate lovability within you. And you'll naturally be disinterested in anyone who is so sick themselves that they are stuck in maybe their own limiting beliefs about food and bodies. You will naturally be disinterested in anyone who's behind you, so to speak, in terms of their healing. They won't trigger you. You won't even really notice them, because you are so sure of yourself. You know your path. You know how lovable you are. And the people that are so aligned with you will naturally reflect that back to you, no matter what. So keep loving yourself and forgiving yourself